Hey Boo in New York City, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut transition gray lenses for your new Versace. These are the model number 1163B, color 1000, which is the white and the black with the bling, and size 52. Being summertime, of course, all Versace's made in Italy, but with it being summertime, everyone always wants the white sunglasses. So when you go out, when you're all whited out at the summer picnics, from your Air Force One to your white Nike cap, this is what everyone wants to wear. And let me show you how bad this bad boy looks. Let me put a little light on the subject. Bling! And I will show you all the other colors that this is available in, but let me go ahead and start cutting your transition gray lenses. Of course, I'm going to take out your original demo lenses, they're called, one of which says Versace, and you're going to receive all the manufacturer's original packaging. But I'm going to take the demo lenses out and put the frame into my tracer. And let me go ahead, hang on, I got to program some stuff here. And go. Come on, computer. Come on, computer. Don't be stalling on me. Okay, so a little stylus is going to pop up and it's going to go around and trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is ever disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you will receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses, or in this case non-prescription fashion lenses, because my receipt has my federal ID tax number. So if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, which Boo has, you will get reimbursed from your purchase. Now this frame sells for $245. She happens to have a $250 frame allowance with her insurance, so she's going to get all of her money back. Even though she doesn't need prescription glasses, she's going to be rocking these bad boys. So, excuse me, bad girls. So if these were a genuine prescription, I would put in the pupillary distance here, but it is not. So let's go ahead and get to work. These are your lenses. I'm going to take them out of the protective sleeves that they come in. Take the first one out. Take it out. It comes a little laminate on the front of the lens to protect the lens from anything that should happen to rub against it while it's in shipping or transit to me. So let me take everything back out, pull that laminate off, put the lens on the platform, get the other lens ready, take that out. And so this is a block. I need to attach this to your lens. Of course, I like to, since you're from New York, you'll appreciate this. I like to call this Jenny from the block. Hey, a little hometown humor for you there. But I need to attach this to your lens. This is what's going to hold it in place in the edger when it is cutting. So I need to apply a double-sided adhesive sticker to these. So I'm going to grab some from up here. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick this onto the block. Put that one there. Let me grab another one, stick that on there, pull the paper away. The black side is the sticky side. Now this little silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first job is it's going to hold it in place in this arm with the corresponding magnet. And if these were prescription lenses, I would get them what I call dotted up. I'd have 3 dots on the lens to know exactly how it needs to be oriented in there. But since it's not, I can just place it there, hit that button, and the arm's going to come down and place the block onto the lens. Let me do the same thing now for what normally would be the left lens. But since it's a non-prescription, it doesn't matter which one I start with, the right or the left. Lens 1, lens 2. Hit the button, the arm comes down, and the block is applied to this next lens. Now this is actually the edger. This costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I always recommend everyone go out and buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter, and then you can cut glasses at home. You won't need me anymore. But the actual components to it, the cutting wheel, is inside here. It's that far wheel on the right with that white residue on there. That's what's going to grind your lens material away until it's the final size. This wheel in the center with that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens. Oh, my mom's calling me. Sorry, Mom, I can't answer. And let me, but yeah, that's what's going to put the bevel on the lens. Hang on one second, I apologize. Let me hit stop. Got to talk to Mom. Okay, sorry about that. It is Saturday, May 16th. My mom did not want to go out for Mother's Day because it's always too crowded, so we're going out today. And she just had to call to make sure that she couldn't remember what time I'm supposed to pick her up at. Moms, you gotta love them. You just gotta. Okay, where was I at? In here. So that wheel in the center, that's what's going to put the valley, with that valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. My mom threw me off, but hey, mothers, you gotta love them. So, okay, now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to go and it's going to hold it in place in the chuck. Come on, where is it? Come on, magnet. Come on, magnet. There we go. That's being held in the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. But I'm going to pull the lens up. Why am I using my finger? This actually costs $1. This stylus, $40,000. Combined, it was $40,001. So I'm going to use my $40,000 tool. How dare I want to use my fingers on here? But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. If it were plastic, I would choose that. If it were high index, I could use that for the strongest prescriptions, or Trivex. But it's not, as polycarbonate, so I'm going to choose polycarb. I do not want to polish the lens. I do not want to put a bevel on the front surface of the lens. I'm only going to put one on the rear surface. And then this green button is start in every language. So that door closes, that clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to get moved up and traced by two white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. It's actually tracing the lens right now to go around. That is the shape, and it's actually going to do it twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the best cosmetic look possible. Now, you do not have thick lenses, but if you wanted a pair of free prescription lenses with this frame, it would be more consideration or more value to you. But with this, boo, in New York City, it's not going to matter to you, because you have you have no edge thickness protruding from this frame. Now, if you notice, there is water running in the background. That's just to collect the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. You can see a little bit of it flying up now. But polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic and high-index plastic cut wet. As I said, your lenses are made out of polycarb. Your lenses are made by Essilor. I can't hold the flashlight and the stylus. Essilor is the premium lens company out there. Their name for polycarbonate is airwear, because your lenses are light as air. The TR stands for transitions. These are polycarbonate transition 7 series. The Roman numerals V11 is 7, GY is gray. Now, polycarbonate itself is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. But the other nice thing about polycarbonate is it's virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are also bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes that never needs to be reapplied, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied whenever you're exposed to the sun. Now, just a moment ago, your lens was completely flat around the edges like a nickel. If I were to take it out, it would stand up on its own, but it's now getting the V-shaped bevel applied to the lens, so it stays inside the frame. Now, in just a moment, as you can see, water has begun spraying onto the lens. It does it for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, just to wash away any optical debris that is known as schwarf. How's that for a word? When I first heard that in the classroom, I raised my hand and called BS to my teacher when I was in college studying this. But all I was doing was telling on myself. I showed that I hadn't read my textbooks enough to know that that is a term. May the schwarf be with you. Actually, it won't be with you because it's being rinsed off. Now, that little arm that came into place that has a little wheel on the end, which is something that looks like you would find on the end of a Dremel tool, that applied the safety bevel to the outside of the lens. Again, you have no edge thickness whatsoever, but if you did have any type of prescription, particularly a strong prescription, then that would be more critical as well. So I'm going to take your lens out. I'm going to dry it off so it's not slippery, and I'm just going to make sure there is no more of that schwarf on the edge of your lens. And I'm going to take my Phillips head screwdriver, lefty-loosey, to loosen the screws, and tuck the lens into the outside corner, pop that in there, and then tighten it down. Now let's go ahead and take your left lens, put it into the chuck using the magnet, flip that over to L, and then again hit the green button. Just like before, the door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the styluses I'm going to go around and make sure that this lens is large enough to fit into the left side of the frame. You can see as it goes around the temporal and now the top. And of course, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so that you have no edge thickness whatsoever. Of course, with your non-prescription lenses, you're not going to have any edge thickness anyway. The other nice thing about your lenses, apart from being unbreakable, bulletproof, and have UVA, UVB protection, scratch coated, the AS stands for aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. Something that is spherical is completely round, just like a basketball. A spherical lens gives you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. Aspheric is just much flatter. It is not round to fit today's smaller, flatter frames to give you the best cosmetic look possible. Now, again, this is the Versace 1163B. B stands for bling. And color 1000, which is the white and the black and the 52 eye size. Again, as I mentioned, this frame comes in two sizes, the 52 and 54. This is also the color 1221, which is, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. 1221 is the brown and gold. And of course, all of them come with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it's being shipped from Italy. This is the brown and gold. All of them are going to have the bling. It's a very, very rich brown with a gold front. Let me clean this up for a moment, put this back, and I'll show you the other two colors. Of course, I've just had to restock these. Versace has changed, and just this week they've come out with the gold boxes. This is color 1333 and the 52 eye size. Again, Versace 1163B. Of course, all of them come the white leather Versace case, the Versace cleaning cloth, the card of authenticity so that you can register with Versace. This is the plum color. The plum has a, just as you'd imagine, a purple side with a plum colored front. It's a slightly lighter color violet. All of them are going to bring that bling, just sparkle. It's so beautiful, it's choking me up. And then the last color, which is actually my best-selling color, which is the 1332. All of them, again, they just changed the outside box. All of them come with the white leather, Italian leather case and cloth. Excuse me. And it's allergy season here in North Carolina. And then, and of course, color 1332, the Versace 1163B 1332 in the 52 eye size is the black and platinum. If you don't know which one to get, this is a good one because right now black and platinum is very popular. Everything comes in black and platinum, from belt buckles to shoes to just about everything. Black goes with everything. It's professional, it's formal, it's studious. You can wear this with the silver, and of course, as shiny as this is, you can still even wear this with gold because black and gold look so good together. But this is the color 1332 and by far my best-selling color. All of these frames sell for $245, and again, you get them with one free pair of single vision prescription lenses. And all of your lenses are going to be the lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof polycarbonate. It's going to have both UVA, UVB protection and aspheric. If you want anti-glare coating, anti-glare eliminates glare when driving at night, but particularly driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead, fluorescent lights. It's also a reflection-free lens, so that when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. Or if you take a selfie, or if someone takes a picture of you with a flash, the anti-glare, the anti-reflective quality of that, you do not see the flash lit up in your lens, you see just your eyes. And of course, the third feature of the anti-glare coating is that it comes with the hardest scratch coating in the business. The machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to apply that coating. They literally vaporize 7 different coatings onto the lens. And because of the time and the expense of how long it takes them to apply it, they apply the hardest scratch coating possible. The hardest scratch coating known to the business goes on top of the anti-glare lenses. So, and of course, you got these with the transition lenses, and I'll show you those in women. not only do you get your Versace cleaning cloth, but I'm going to provide you with one of my own premium microfiber cleaning cloths. The men get the blue, the women get the pink, unless otherwise specified. But this is the point in every, and I also include instructions, not only how to care for your eyeglasses so they will last you for years, but instructions on how to care for your case and your cleaning cloth so it will last you for years. I've been told by people who buy from me, who've bought from lesser companies in the past, that no other seller on the internet provides that. The other nice thing that no one does is I provide you with all the manufacturer's original packaging, from the frame company to the lens company, so you know that you're getting Essilor brand Transition 7 series gray lenses, and these are the aspheric lenses. You get all the manufacturers from the frame company and the lens company. So now's the time in every video that I mention that if you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could be too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side sits higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and because of that, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble, and when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and set them on the counter, they wobble, but they sit level on me. And for anyone keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer, color size 52, and the color 6144. And everyone's saying, wait, the New Wayfarer sunglasses, I took the dark lenses out and put my clear lenses in there. Like you, I have transitions. And that is the difference between the transitions, with and without anti-glare. You can see how the fluorescent lights reflect off of these lenses, but they do not off of mine. But let me flip this over, press down, there is no wobble. I check the tension on each spring hinge to make sure that is the same. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and they're not askew in any way whatsoever. Although you're not going to get any junk from Versace. Just a well-made company. Versace, Versace, Versace. So this is what your lenses, this is what your lenses look like clear. I'm going to go ahead and activate them, meaning that I'm going to darken them. I'm going to expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. In my little transitions box back here, as you will see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for all transition lenses to turn from clear to dark. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, from 45 seconds to a minute 15. Excuse me. Now, this is important. Pay attention. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1. Give them 2 weeks of exposure to the sun, and they're going to continue to darken every day for the first 2 weeks until they get to their final setting. After that, they will work for years with maximum performance. The only time they will not work is if you're behind the windshield in a traditional car. Your windshield absorbs all the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays so your dashboard doesn't crack from sitting in the sun all day. That's why transitions don't work in a car. Now, if you have a convertible or a motorcycle, they will darken, or as soon as you step out of the car and you're directly exposed to the sun, they will darken. Now, they're also temperature sensitive, meaning that when it's 85 and 90 degrees and below, and especially cooler, they will get darker than when it's 100 degrees outside. When it is in triple digits, you're miserable, they're miserable, everyone's miserable and doesn't like to work 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. So that's that. If anyone has any questions, and again, don't worry, as I just explained, come on, weren't you paying attention? They will continue to darken. They're going to get very dark over the next 2 weeks. But if anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or simply click the contact me button on the website. Boo in New York City, who you only had to pay out of pocket for the transition lenses, you only end up having to pay $50. That's how much the transitions cost. Anti-glare, had you had wanted it, is $40 more. But because this frame sells for $240 with one set of clear lenses, you had nothing out of pocket, since you will be submitting my itemized receipt to your insurance company to get reimbursed. So Boo in New York City, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut the Versace 1163B in color 1000, the 52 eye size. And as I mentioned before, all Versaces are made in Italy. And hopefully everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.